This is a really weird story. Let's talk first of all about Mary Lou Retton, the Olympic great gymnastic star, America's girl, retired from the sport. She's got 4 daughters, became terribly, terribly ill about 2 months ago, almost died in the hospital for an extended period of time with a rare form of pneumonia. Her daughters went public with the illness. Her daughters said she has no life insurance.
Oh, man.
To which John and I reacted when the story first broke. How's that possible? Anyhow, the USOC and a lot of athletes poured their resources together and raised $460,000 to help pay Mary Lou Retton's hospital bills. Well, the Dallas Morning News had the same question. How come she doesn't have any insurance? They did an investigative report. She got $8 million in a divorce settlement and winning a lawsuit over a failed hip surgery. $8 million. Where's that money? How come with $8 million in the bank, she didn't buy health insurance, couldn't afford health insurance? That sounds really weird to me. So this story is not done. This probe is continuing. Was this a gimmick by her family to take in more money? She got $8 million in the bank. Why are you saying you can't afford to buy insurance? So weird story with Mary Lou Retton. Let's talk auto racing. Michael Andretti, legendary Andretti family, phenomenal IndyCar owner of all these victories, wants to go to Formula One. He made a proposal which included a $250 million payment for the application to become a team on the grid for Formula One. The 11 other European-based teams don't want him to get a cut of the pie. They don't want him, period, here. And this is Liberty Mutual owns F1. Liberty Mutual owns the Atlanta Braves, and Liberty Broadcasting, I guess, is the corporate name. They're trying to make this a global sport and really do things in the U.S. That's why they put all these new races in Vegas and Miami and Austin, Texas, etc. So the F1 people rejected his application and would not even set up a meeting to talk to him about where his application may have fallen short. And then finally, after all this global criticism comes out, they say the Cadillac engines the GMC was going to provide for Michael Andretti would not be competitive. And we don't want a bad team coming into our sport and getting a big cut of the media pie. There's a lot of money in F1. Then they refused to meet and discuss. And they said, come back and talk to us in 2028.
28?
So Andretti he's really beside himself. He's upset. And here's F1 and Liberty, which owns F1. Liberty is based out of Atlanta, I believe. They're trying to grow the sport in the United States. And you're snubbing this guy who's really successful, has got the backing of GMC and Cadillac. Geez, that makes sense to me. Anyhow.
Plus, he's got that name, Andretti.
That's right.
So you think they would welcome him. But this reminds me of the super conference thing with the Big Ten and the SEC.
Arrogance.
Yeah, and they want to keep all the other guys out so they can keep the money for themselves, right? This is not consistent with expanding the sport. But I want to talk about Mary Lou Retton because there's got to be more going on to this story, right? I mean, granted, we talked about health insurance in our system in America, which is a whole other topic, but it's expensive. And if you got to go buy it on the open market rather as opposed to getting it as a benefit for a job, it's expensive. But she had kids. I mean, as a mother, she has a responsibility to her children to have health insurance, and she certainly has the means to do it. So how in the heck is she not covering this? And then what are they doing? A GoFundMe or something? Yeah. And they want all the people to chip in. It's like bailing out billionaires, So there must be something else going on here because it's just complete irresponsibility. But then it makes you wonder, she was a star. What was it in the 84 Olympic Games? And that was, holy moly, 40 years ago. I mean, she's a lot older now. Has she ever had a job? Has she ever had a job with insurance? Probably not.
It's weird. And like I said, the story has not been completely told.
Yeah.
But the Dallas Morning News dove into this. How could somebody with this name recognition and this success as a spokesman for the sport, etc., be destitute, not have insurance? Well, she wasn't destitute. They found $8 million
right.
in a divorce settlement and an insurance policy suit that she was awarded.
Well, you think she could have even negotiated that in some of her, marketing deals as a spokesperson for Wheaties or whomever was,
Yeah.
giving her a deal. Is, hey, I need some health insurance, and make that part of the package.
So we'll see where the story goes, but sure doesn't shine a nice light on her. And she was so popular. We go from that.